All my children, Soap Center does. 20 years ago this week on All My Children, Cliff and Nina walked down the aisle for the first time in a fairy tale ceremony. The groom was dashing, the bride was beautiful, and her father, Palmer, was cranky.
I give this woman...
Everything went off without a hitch, but there was trouble on the horizon, courtesy of Nurse Sybil Thorne.
All I want is the father of my child to accept his responsibility.
A wedding to remember for all my children.
Chris.
Hey, I got your message. Figured you were lonesome, hungry. How about lunch?
That's not why I called you.
You okay?
Not really. My mom was here last night.
Yeah, but she didn't see you, right?
How do you know that?
Well, she told me at the hospital that she had a run-in with Kevin here.
That all she told you?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Why? What are you getting at?
All right, I'll tell you. I want to know what's going on between my mom and Dr. Collins. And I think you know.
Morning.
Wait a minute. Don't tell me. Let me guess. Kevin, right? Yeah, Kevin Collins. That's who
You know how
are.
much I wanted to make it home last night?
Well, I suggest you show me. Okay. That's very good. That's very good. Honey, don't you think that you're working just a little too hard lately?
I couldn't avoid it last night. After I finished up with Charlie, I had to come back here and check on Allison, and then I got hung up with another emergency.
You know what? I can't believe that Allison thinks she killed Cedric.
I can. There had to be a major reason that her memory was blocked.
How's she doing?
Well, she remembers killing him, but I don't think she has any idea what that really means yet.
Well, then how could you release her from the hospital?
She would have checked herself out on her own if I hadn't agreed to it.
Yeah, that's Allison. I brought you a change of clothes.
Thank you.
And this came in my pile by mistake, so.
Okay, well, look at the bright side. At least I got Allison to agree to continue her therapy.
What, it's a bad news?
I'm being investigated.
What?
For alleged misconduct with my patient, Charlie McMillan, I've been reported to the head of the Erie County Medical Society.
That's outrageous! Who did that?
Who do you think?
Colleen, do I have any messages?
Were you expecting any, Dr. Locke?
As a matter of fact, yes, I'm still waiting to hear from Dr. Quartermain about my case.
Yeah. Well, he's a busy man.
Well, there's a puzzled look. Anything I can help with?
Only if you have a bloodhound I could borrow. I ordered a thorough workup on one of my patients, and this is all I get back.
Oh, incomplete, huh? Well, it might have got lost in the computer. That happens.
Yeah, I guess it does. In the good old days when we had records on paper, we didn't have this problem.
Dr. Locke, please report to your office. Dr. Rachel Locke.
At least you know I still have an office, huh? Good luck on your mystery. If I see any bloodhounds in the hallway with
Let
paper...
me know, would you?
Uh-huh.
Hi. Can I help you look for something?
Do you know where my chocolate-covered pretzels are?
No, I do not.
Because I will kill whoever ate my chocolate-covered pretzels.
Okay. So, it's the disappearance of some nasty snack makes you this upset?
No. Someone is waging an all-out war against my husband.
Let me guess. Rachel Locke.
You got it. She told the County Medical Society that my husband has no right to treat a patient in a hotel room, even if that's the only way the girl will agree to get help.
Makes me wonder what some people need to focus their energy on.
Speaking of focusing energies, what have you got going on here?
Incomplete lab reports. I found 4 patients so far, 2 of which are mine.
Huh. Very interesting.
Yeah, I thought so. So I want to see if there's any other cases like that, see how widespread this problem is.
Well, I know that the lab may not have recovered from the strike completely.
Yeah, no, I don't think these are mistakes. The same information is missing from all the reports. And my 2, Green and Heller, the same, you know, those blue marks in the back of their
Yeah, I
necks.
remember.
Yeah, well, I want to see if there's any other cases like that.
Is it coincidence or conspiracy? I think we may never know because rumor has it that the esteemed Dr. Ian Thornhart is leaving General Hospital.
Haven't made that decision yet.
Okay, so which way's the wind blowing today? Stay or go?
If I am going, there are some things that I would miss very much.
Like what?
Like the solution to this mystery.
Okay, then. Maybe you better get to work. And by the way, if you solve that mystery, do me a favor and find my pretzels.
Sure, just call me Sherlock.
Oh, I can't do that. That's what I call my husband.
Cute. I hope it works out for him.
Thanks. Me too.
You want anything?
Yeah, answers.
About Kevin and your mom.
Yes.
Has Kevin told you anything about his relationship with Rachel?
Only that he disagrees on the kind of therapy she uses on her patients. But when I heard them arguing in the hall last night, it was more than just a disagreement about treatment.
That's a good observation. You're right, the whole thing is very personal.
What kind of personal connection could there be between my mom and Dr. Collins?
You're not gonna believe it.
Tell me, please.
Okay, in my opinion, Kevin is still upset about being fired off of my wife's case.
But you're the one who fired him.
Yeah, but your mom wouldn't let it rest there. You see, Rachel was very vocal about the mistake she felt Kevin made in Julie's treatment.
Well, do you think that Dr. Collins is as incompetent as my mom says he is?
No. No, I think Kevin just has a more traditional approach to therapy, that's all. An approach that may benefit a case like yours.
Even though it didn't for your wife.
Well, I didn't think it did. But now, maybe I should have listened to Kevin.
Gosh. I don't know what to think. I mean, all I've heard is that my mom is such a fantastic doctor. I mean, she's got these degrees and awards from all over the world.
Yeah, but here in Port Charles...
Everybody acts like she's some kind of phony.
I'm sorry if it upset you.
No. I asked you about my mom because I knew you'd be honest with me.
Is that still what you want?
Why? Is there more?
Just so you know, your mother may be a brilliant psychiatrist, but she's also very capable of making a lot of trouble for someone when she doesn't like them.
You're the one who paged me?
Well, I thought you might be interested in this.
My. Medical board certainly does act fast.
Well, that depends on what they've been told.
Well, I'm sure it depends on what they think the severity of the matter is, Kevin, as to how fast they act.
So tell me, doctor, what is wrong with my treatment of Charlie McMillan?
Well, let's see. Meeting a patient, an unchaperoned teenage girl, in a hotel room late at night, oftentimes very, very late. You do the math.
Doesn't add up to me, unless you have a fairly depraved imagination.
Oh, I think the situation is suspect, given your history with women.
And you can say that with a straight face, that I'm some kind of Ted Bundy.
I merely report the facts. It's up to others to decide the outcome.
Oh, come on, Rachel. This is a simple case of revenge, and you know it.
For what?
For reporting to Gail your unethical interference with the treatment of my patient, Allison Barrington.
So I express a legitimate concern to the medical board, and you look at it as some sort of a diabolical move in a chess game?
Queen takes white knight, or tries to, anyway. This isn't a game to me, Rachel. That would imply a hidden agenda that I don't have.
You know, Kevin, I am truly amazed at how you constantly blame me for the consequences of your actions.
Grace again?
Grace, always.
My advice to you, learn a new song. That one's old and out of tune.
You know, you just cannot handle the fact that someone else knows the truth, can you?
Let's put an end to this, Rachel. Let's end it once and for all.
What you have in mind,
Be
Kevin?
brave. Take a real chance.
Go on.
I'll tell you anything you want to know about my relationship with Grace. Anything. If you tell me what you're really doing in Port Charles.
I wish I could do more to help.
Unless you can figure out why my mom doesn't want me here.
Is it possible that she's trying to protect you from her mother?
Grandma?
Yeah, I mean, I know she's in a mental hospital.
She's been in and out of treatment for years, but Mom would never try and keep her away from me. I mean, we were always together before Mom moved to Port Charles.
So Rachel's always kept her mother close to her?
As long as I can remember, she's taken care of Grandma.
Does she have any brothers or sisters who could help out?
Yeah, she had a sister, Grace, but she died a long time ago. I don't even remember her. Mom says after Grace died is when Grandma started to fall apart.
Well, losing a child's a terrible thing for a parent.
Which is why she's always kept her near her. I mean, the three of us always stuck together. That's why I don't understand why she insisted I leave Port Charles.
Have you told Kevin any of this?
No, fortunately.
No, given the way he feels about your mom.
I probably shouldn't be doing therapy with him at all.
Well, I can understand why you feel that way. But in a funny way, Kevin knows Rachel better than anybody. And if anybody's going to help you get the answers you're looking for, Kevin's the guy.
No, you're gonna have to take it up with Dr. Baldwin. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, I couldn't have been more help.
Okay. Can we get down to it now? Any questions you've ever had about Grace and me, I'm ready to answer.
Oh, come on, what is the use? We both know the truth.
What are you afraid of, Rachel?
Not you, Kevin. Does that bother you?
No, why would it?
What? It's this power that you love, that you have over women. You know, first my sister, and then Lucy, Eve, and now this unsuspecting little girl, Charlie.
So you're fascinated by the fact that people are drawn to me?
I'm sickened by it.
Oh, but you are fascinated.
God, what an ego, Kevin.
Actually, no, not really. You give me too much credit. I'm as puzzled as you are by what draws one person to another. I know it isn't goodness. I haven't led a perfect life. I've made a lot of mistakes. Most of the big ones I made with your sister. But I've worked hard to overcome the reasons
Oh, how?
why.
How? By muzzling people in one way or another, people who could really tell the world what you're like?
No, by overcoming my past, by putting behind me the person that I was when I was with Grace. The people that are drawn to me now, that I'm drawn to, my friends, my wife, they know me. And they accept me for who I am. So you see, it's really more a testament to them than to me.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Throw in that false modesty.
Actually, I'm grateful to Grace. We hurt each other a lot. And we clearly weren't meant to be together. But I believe that every step we take in life brings us to who we are. And for the first time in a long time, I'm happy to be who I am.
Well, aren't you the lucky one, Kevin? A shame Grace doesn't have the same opportunity, isn't it? This meeting's over. You can leave.
Actually, no, it isn't. I've told you about me and Grace. It's your turn to tell me what you're doing in Port Charles. And I'm not leaving until I get an answer.
Guess what? I pulled the charts on all my recent ER patients.
Oh, thanks. Can you put them in that pile, please?
Nope, I'm gonna help you.
Aren't you on duty?
I just finished my rounds. I told Colleen I would be here if she needed me. Besides, it's really slow out there. I'm spending too much time thinking about my husband.
Do you really think anyone takes those charges against your husband seriously?
In a perfect world, they wouldn't. But this isn't a perfect world.
That's the truth.
In a perfect world, you would have told me by now.
Told you what?
How your date was with Karen. I've been holding my breath, waiting for all the details. Spill.
I don't usually kiss and tell.
You kissed on the first date?
You know, I don't know what happened. I walked her home, and it was a beautiful night, you know, and it's the moonlight, and...
Yeah. And?
But I can't stop thinking about her. I can't eat, I can't sleep. I can barely concentrate on my work. It's driving me mad.
Ah, I knew it.
And there is one more thing. But you gotta promise not to tell anyone.
Okay.
I had her name tattooed on my...
You did not.
That's right, I did not.
This is all just a big joke to you, huh?
Yeah, I couldn't resist.
Yeah. You just loved the look on my face as you told your stupid story.
I did like the way you eyes lit up when you thought your little puppet master thing was working.
It's called matchmaking, okay? And there is nothing more romantic than seeing two people realize that they're perfect for each other.
No, there isn't.
So is it you and Karen?
Let's get back to the files, please, okay?
All right. Fine. Try and do you a favor. Oh. Incomplete labs.
You kidding? You are kidding. It's payback. Nice.
No, I'm not kidding. Remember that patient, Peter Benjamin? The psych admit?
Dr. Locke's patient, the one that ended up killing himself.
Look, these are the tests we ordered. Those are the results that came back.
Now, do you still think this is just an oversight of the lab?
I came to town to treat Julie.
So you've said. And maybe it's just the shrink in me, but I can't help but wonder why it is the therapist you replaced, me, just happened to be your dead sister's ex-fiancé.
What is it Freud says? Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
And sometimes it's a dagger. Now, why don't you cut the bull, Rachel? You came here to get me, period.
Oh, there's that ego again,
The big question for me is, did you come to just rattle me with a lot of annoying little tricks? Or is your long-range goal to cause some real damage?
Well, you think I spend that much time and energy on you?
Yes, I do.
You know, maybe my reason for being here has nothing to do with you. Maybe I like GH, the little town of Port Charles, the view out my apartment.
Yeah,
window.
and maybe I'll be appointed Secretary of State. Be honest for once in your miserable life, Rachel. You came here for me.
Oh, you bastard! You pushed me and you...
I push you? What are you gonna do? Get the answer you were looking for.
Well, listen, I have some errands to run.
Go ahead, I'll be fine here.
Can't stay cooped up in this room forever.
I know.
Do me one thing, though. Promise me you won't back out on these sessions with Kevin. He's really gonna help you.
You really think so?
Yes, I do. You see, these secrets, they're locked inside you. And Kevin's the key who's gonna open them, set them free.
I wish I could be so sure.
You can. Hey, trust me, I know medicine. And while you're here discovering things about you, I will see what I can dig up on Rachel.
You'd do that for me?
Sure I would. I'm not normally a sneaky guy, but I want you to get better. And if knowing why Rachel came to Port Charles will help, then consider me your own personal private detective.
You're quite a guy, you know that?
Well, you're my friend. I never let my friends down.
This is very strange.
I know. How can the lab have no records at all of the missing info?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this is getting a little spooky. Don't you think, all these coincidences?
Yeah, and the marks. And the fact that the affected patients had no family to speak of.
Exactly. And a half an hour before I have to get back on rounds. Listen, do you want to grab a bite to eat with me in the coffee shop?
I love that food.
You are one strange cookie.
Dr. Pingra, 5542.
Hey!
Dr. Pingra, 5542.
Did you confront Rachel?
In a manner of speaking, yes.
Really? What happened? I want to hear everything.
We too got some catching up to do. I'll go with these reports again.
Yeah, rain check on lunch, okay?
Perfect.
So, tell me everything. Don't leave a single thing out.
I wouldn't drink.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next Port Charles.
On the next Port Charles.
Tell me what happened with Rachel already.
She kissed me.
I have the money. It's here in my purse. I have lived up to my end of the bargain.
Then I will take you to your daughter.
Like it or not, you could lose your license over this, Kevin.
Admit it, the day is never complete without your daily dose of Erica Kane and All My Children. Eventually, Erica will settle down and find someone special again. But is it today? You're going to have to watch and find out. Luckily, All My Children is coming up next here on SoapNet.